Hi, welcome to Farm Talk Friday. This is Friday, September 15th, 2023. And it is Independence Day in Costa Rica. And there's lots of parades and celebrations and people dressed up in white outfits. And there's marching bands. They do it every year here. It's like 4th of July in the States, but it's September 15th here in Costa Rica. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna. Hi, honey.
Hi, baby.
And my mom, Joanne, is right here. Hi, Mom.
Hello. His two JJs.
That's right. We got two JJs, Giovanna and Joanne.
Yeah.
All right. So, first let's talk about our advertisement.
What about our intro?
Yeah. Okay, so normally we're filming from our little farm, and we're in San Jose this week because we're going to be traveling. But yeah, we moved from Los Angeles about 7.5 years ago, and we just started, we're living in the jungle, sort of. It's the jungle, but we're near the beaches, so jungle, beach. And we're practicing permaculture, growing food, raising chickens, and we're having lots of fun. And we use Farm Talk Friday every Friday to keep you updated. It's kind of like our diary.
Yeah, nice. So the advert this week is a picture of Joanne.
That's right.
And
Did you know
this
that?
might, yeah, she knows. I showed her.
Showed me, yeah.
So I was tempted to get the picture that you took of the close-up of the flower, but then I wanted you to be in the picture.
Oh.
But the picture that she took of this flower that is featured in the advert is really good. So I'll try to get that and post that on our Green Wave House page later on. But we went to a vivero this week. We went to La Con. And
A vivero is a nursery.
yes, a plant nursery. And we wanted, so this particular nursery has like the biggest succulent collection that we have in our local area. And succulents are not really that popular here because it's jungle, tropical, and succulents. And cactus are more, desert-like. But they're low maintenance, and we wanted something to put around the casita, and Joanne really likes them, and they're just really cute. So we went there, and we found the most amazing cactus, right?
Right, yes. The flower we spotted first, which was a giant star.
Giant, like bigger than a starfish.
It didn't even look like it belonged with the cactus, but it was amazing.
Yeah, and so the cactus was like this big, and then the flower was this big.
It was like a big starfish.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And so she ended up taking a picture of the stem, too, to prove that it did come from this cactus. And it was just amazing because it didn't even have a lot of dirt in it. It was yeah.
The dirt was all gone, actually. Just
a
roots.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just a little tiny bit left.
Yeah, it was almost like a neglected cactus, and it just produced this incredible star. So our advert this week was a miracle.
So, in chicken news this week, the other night I went to put up the chickens, or to make sure they were up in their safe place where they go at night, and I noticed that our most beautiful hen, Butterscotch.
Oh, now she's the most beautiful.
It changes from time to time.
Yeah.
But our most beautiful hen, Butterscotch, was just sitting down on the grass, and it was pitch dark. Normally they're like robots. After the sun goes down, all of a sudden, no matter what they're doing, they just turn around and head towards the elevator or towards the ladder or towards their little house, and they just walk up or walk in, and it's automatic. But anyway, she was down there looking a little lost, and I called Giovanna and said, "Oh, honey, Butterscotch looks like she needs help."
Yeah, so we got her up. But we've had kind of a lot of Butterscotch news this week because I thought she was dying the other day.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I look at her and I just feel like she gets more and more gray in the face. Her little feathers look like they're graying. And we don't know how old her and her sisters are. And chickens only, I think, have a life expectancy of about 6 years. And, you know, for all we know, they're 5.5 years old or they're 2 years old. We really don't know. But we've had them at least 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she's been looking more gray to me. And then the other day, she was sitting down. Her sister, who usually picks on her, Pecan the picker on her. Pecan's like facing her as if she's like in there with Butterscotch in solidarity, like, hey, I'm with you, sister. And I'm looking at her, and Butterscotch, her eyes are like, you know, she just kept like nodding off, and it's you know, like the late morning, and there was no reason for this behavior. It was super weird. And so I, you know, said a little mantra, and I was like, okay, well, you know, do what you want, Butterscotch, and we love you, but that's okay. If it's your time to go, you can also go. And so I said the little mantra, and I actually was a little worried because I had just spiked them with oregano tea, basically, earlier that day or earlier that morning, and I was like, oh no, I overdosed her on the oregano. And who knows, like oregano is a strong antibiotic, so maybe something really was activated in her system and she was having a reaction to it, like maybe in a good way. She was like flushing something out, and maybe it was making her tired, or but she's alive and doing well. And I want to thank Layla, because it's Layla, who is Ken's niece. Layla, thank you. She sent over different herbs that can help stimulate egg production. And I swear, right after like I spiked them with the oregano, those girls started laying again. So I don't know who's laying or who's doing what, but we got 3 eggs within like, you know, 2 or 3 days, and they had been dry. So yeah, thanks, Layla. That was awesome. And I only tried oregano. There was other things on there as well, like cayenne pepper and basil, and we have all of these things. But I just happened to have oregano super handy that day, and I'm like, oh, I'll just do this right now and see how that works, and it did something. So that was amazing. And Butterscotch is alive and doing well, and she actually looks really like pretty again, like really cute. Like there's something like fresh about her eyes. Like she looks like a little anime chicken.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go Butterscotch.
Go Butterscotch.
Go Butterscotch.
So, Mom, we did a few more things this week. You got to go to Tambor,
Yes,
where I practiced my open water swimming, but also we got to go to
Beautiful.
Hart's Memorial Celebration,
Yes.
which was pretty amazing.
That was amazing.
You
Yeah.
got to be in more boats.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
gosh, I've seen a lot of Costa Rica right there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Everywhere is beautiful.
Yeah. And they did a really great job.
Oh
So
boy, I'll say.
Akerson family, that was beautiful for Hart. And then what else did you do in Tambor recently? Do you remember the dinner? We went to a castle.
Oh, the
the
castle.
castle.
Yes.
That's
the
right.
castle.
The castle of Tambor.
It's called Castillo.
Castillo.
which is-
Yeah.
Castle, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's enough on that.
Yep.
dinner.
It was good.
Okay. So, of course, honey, you've got the Permaculture Party Club, which you're doing as part of your Green Wave initiative. Go to greenwave.eco for more information. How'd it go this week with the boys?
Well, it went good, but we definitely, well, it was the most party-like setting that I think we've ever had. But I think in the future I might make it where if people are coming and they're not part of it, like I have to stay focused. So it's like I ended up kind of and it was part of my plan, you know, to like serve guanabana and coconut water and
you're playing the Chemical Brothers.
Oh yeah, I wanted to listen to like the new Chemical Brothers album. I didn't get too far on it.
I heard a bunch of old Chemical Brothers.
Well, because it was a little, I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't like the right vibe.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was a little weird at the beginning, which, you know, obviously can be cool, but I don't know, just like the time of day, I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'll go to Old Chemical Brothers instead. And then, anyway, whatever. So we're just trying to create a party setting, but I'd have to say that like if we're not all participating in the lessons, then I was doing too much entertaining, and then by the time that I got to what I wanted to do with the guys, like we kind of ran out of time. And so what I had wanted to do, we did this lesson last week where we did permaculture zones, and they caught on to the concept really well. And we used a map that Jeremy had developed. I had an artist outline it, and so we had a few copies of that. And so I'm like, hey, okay, now we need sections. We need to, you know, these are separate from the zones themselves. We just need to section it out so that I can one day say, hey guys, I need you to go, you know, to section A1 or whatever. We ended up naming them. And so I did send them out to the field, and they came back. I went to check their work, and I kind of, you know, I'm like, well, basically told them, I'm like, we need the sections to be a lot smaller. I'm like, because the way that they had created their little section circles, I'm like, it'll be too confusing. And so they agreed with me, and then we were out of time. And we basically realized that this mapping project is multi-sessions more. But what felt really good, sorry, do you have a question about that?
No, I was just going to say the mapping process he's talking about is part of the permaculture principles.
Yeah.
You map out areas you want close to the home and farther outside of the house.
Yeah, well, that was the zoning for last week. And then this was more practical to be like, hey, go weed this section.
Okay.
Go observe this particular little section. And anyway, so we'll be working on that for several more Permaculture Party Clubs, which is great. But what felt good was at the very end, we took another step. The guys had come up with this idea of like wanting to create an eco brick couch to create like kind of interview content in the future for, I don't know, their classmates or people that might be teaching them or whatever.
And eco bricks are basically stuffed empty plastic bottles stuffed full of unrecyclable plastic trash, and they turn into sturdy, you know, bottles that can be used as building blocks or other types of things.
Yeah, and there's some, you know, different tips of how to make it really hard and what you put into it and not put into it. But so the guys were inspired by the eco brick concept. They wanted a couch, and I said, hey, I have extra tires, you guys, and I have this idea because I've used tires before to make seats. I'm like, what if we made the couch out of, you know, the eco bricks and the seats, and it's just longer, and I have an idea of like where to put it. So they agreed. We're going to put it in the fairy garden. We're going to use 4 tires. It's going to be like a Chase Lounge thing. And is that how you pronounce it? Chase Lounge? Chaise? I've never, you know, it's like one of those words that you read all the time, and I don't really ever say it out loud. So, so anyway, and, you know, part of it was like we weren't moving forward because I had given Mason wanted to do eco brick math. I'm like, oh, you guys want to create a couch? Well, you'll have to create the math for it. Like, you know, they're modular, and, you know, I gave him like 6 eco bricks, and he was going to put them together and then estimate like how big they wanted the couch and then how many we would need. And this was much easier where it's like, okay, here's a tire. I've already done this with other tires. We just went and counted how many are in there, and we think it's about 32. So, I haven't told them this yet, so if you guys are watching, we would only fill the ones that we would sit on, and then the back one, we wouldn't fill that one. So it's just 32 times 3.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we know what we need, and there's our update, and so we're moving forward, and it's been fun.
Okay, great.
That's a lot of eco bricks. It's like 100 eco bricks. So
eco-
now we need to
Okay, so in
do that.
in Farm Talk Friday News, we're going to be traveling for a couple of weeks, so we might be on, might not be on. We'll let you know. We'll make a post.
Yeah. Possible season break.
We're going to visit Las Vegas, and I'm going to enter a triathlon there on the 30th. So we'll see how that goes.
That would
And
be fun.
maybe there could be a Farm Talk Friday, because I'm actually working on something that is permaculture Nevada, Las Vegas related.
All right, great.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So I'll save that for a Farm Talk Friday.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else, my love?
No, that's it.
All right. See you next time on Farm Talk Friday. Bye, Mom.
Bye-bye.